I used to live in an old factory building, the kind that gets converted into loft apartments. Exposed brick, high ceilings, big windows that make everything feel open. It was beautiful, but it had a history, and one night, that history caught up with us. The strange part is, we heard everything, we just didn't understand it until the next day. This was in New England, in one of those towns filled with old industrial buildings. Places that used to be factories now turned into apartments and studios. My partner and I were moving back to my hometown from Boston. We wanted something quieter, something with character, and when we found the loft, it felt perfect. Second floor, not too big, but bright, open, and surprisingly affordable. At the time, it felt like we got lucky. I've always been the kind of person who looks into places, old buildings especially, so I did some research on the complex, and what I found was a lot. The building had been standing since the early 1800s. It started as a rag paper mill. Then later, it became a Christmas ornament factory. And over time, it changed hands again and again. Different industries, different purposes. But one thing stayed consistent. There had been fires, more than one, and not small ones. Devastating fires, the kind that destroyed entire sections of the building. And according to the records, people died in those fires. Workers, employees, people who never made it out. But here's the thing, for years nothing happened. No strange noises, no weird experiences, no feeling that anything was wrong. It just felt like home. We settled into a routine. Work, evenings, weekends, completely normal. And eventually, I stopped thinking about the building's history altogether. It just became background information. Something interesting, but irrelevant. Then a new couple moved in, right below us, first floor. We didn't know much about them, just that they were new. We passed them a couple of times, small talk, nothing memorable. Everything seemed normal, until the third night. It was late, around midnight. We were upstairs, doing our usual thing, talking, unwinding, and then we heard it, a loud noise. Not just loud, violent. Something crashing, like furniture being thrown, then yelling. A man's voice, a woman's voice. It was chaotic, angry. But here's the thing, we didn't panic, because it sounded like a fight. And as uncomfortable as that is, it's something people can rationalize. Then suddenly, everything stopped. No voices, no movement, nothing. Just silence. The kind of silence that feels wrong. We looked at each other, but neither of us said anything. Because what do you say? Eventually, we just went to bed. The next morning, everything felt off. Quiet. Too quiet. Then we found out what happened. It wasn't just a fight, it was a murder-suicide. The couple downstairs didn't make it through the night, and the worst part, we had heard everything. After that, we couldn't stay there, even though nothing else happened, even though there were no more noises. It didn't matter, because once you know, you can't unknow it. We moved shortly after, closer to the city, somewhere newer. But sometimes I still think about that night, about the sounds we heard, and how easily we explained them away. Because if we had understood what we were really hearing, would we have done something differently? Or was it already too late?